Welcome to the Ninth Island with your boy Simone Raider and my co-host,
your boy Mikey Vision.
My host, Mr. Fitz, couldn't be here, feeling under the weather because the Raiders lost yesterday. I know he's feeling down.
He was so happy during the tailgate and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden he got to the game and it was great. And then next thing you know, I'm sick, Oos.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all a part of the plan, Oos. But Oos, I know it's been quite a while since we've done a podcast, and especially one-on-one with you. So, how's everything going with you first?
Everything's going good, man.
How's life, Oos?
Man, life is great.
The vision's still up to
Vision's still going.
2020, Oos?
I have no complaints. 2025 is about to be bigger and stronger. I got a lot of goals and a lot of plans written down on my board to make it happen, man. And I feel great. I feel good. Everything's blessed. So I'm just blessed, man. I feel good. And like I said, this year, I'm actually going to give back a lot for 2025. That's one of my big goals, is to give back to a lot of people that, not to the people that helped me. I will give back to the people that helped me get to where I am today, but I want to give back to the young crowd, man. I want to give back to these young photographers and videographers that are just coming out of high school, maybe even in high school, that have reached out to me. I've reached out to a couple of them, and I want to give back, man. I want to teach them a lot of stuff that I know. Like I said, I want to teach them the real way, not the auto white balance way, not the auto camera way. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, that's my thing this year, is to give back to a lot of the younger ones and show them and bring them along with me to teach them a lot of the good ways.
And maybe people outside of high school too, right?
Yeah, man. Anyone. Like I said, man, if you just started photography or videography and you want, hit me up. I mean, I would love to have you come out with me. I'll invite you out to all the events I go to, and you can shoot with me. I have no problems with that.
What do you call it?
Under one circumstance.
We could shoot 7, 20, 60?
Under one circumstance. The Raiders have to win one more game.
Yeah.
If they don't, squash that goal, bro. I'm done.
That means he's not going to be teaching anybody anytime soon.
This episode is brought to you by Our Burgers, located off of Eastern and Warm Springs at 7215 Southeastern Avenue. If you're looking for a SoCal type of food spot, this is the place to be. I'm telling you, from their burgers to their zucchini sticks to their chili cheese, pastrami fries, all around top of the line food. I love it. I've been there at least 7 times since finding out about it in the last 2 weeks. It is the place to be. And don't forget about happy hour. Go tap in. Tell them the USO sent you.
But yeah, I know a lot of things been going on both sides. I know we both been busy. And this is probably like the first weekend, quite a long time, that we actually got to come together again. Like, at least because the Raiders are playing in town, and there was a couple of events out here, leading up into the game. And no surprise, the Raiders lost against the Atlanta Falcons 15-9. I
was kind of disappointed in that. I was at the game. I mean, I seen you. We were there together, right? I was kind of disappointed, man. I came in there with, I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of hope that we were gonna do something.
Hope for what?
Even though a lot of people want to tank and saying whatever they want to say, but I mean, at the end of the day, I really thought we were going to. But when I was at the game watching it, I said, I mean, you seen me. I left my seats and just walked around. And I bought like $250 worth of food because I was impressed. Like, we were just walking around eating. I think I ate at every spot inside the Raiders Stadium just last night.
And I spent almost $20 on something, and I that was it for me. I don't know. Big baller over here, as you guys can see.
No, not big baller, but I went to every. There was restaurants I didn't even know that were in there.
Yeah, I don't really get to go around a lot because I usually don't even eat. But I don't know. This game kind of felt like more of a leisure, I guess, because we were just.
Boring?
Well, I mean, it was boring for sure.
100%.
I mean, especially because we go there a lot. Not to toot our own horns or anything, but we go there enough to know that, like, when I got there, I was just like, why am I even here? So I was just chilling over there and just watching the game, trying to support our team, I guess. And I don't know what we expected. Right now, I feel like we're on the tank train and we got to keep it going right now. Like, because I'm never one guy that wants to say, hey, let's tank and stuff like that. But I think this year has been like the first time I kind of felt like, fuck it. It was because right now we're sitting at number 1 in the draft. So I'm like, if we could get that pick and keep it, at least it gives the Raiders a lot of options to go and get who they want to get or trade down, which I highly doubt. But yeah, this game overall was embarrassing, and a lot of people were out. You think about that, Max Crosby was out. Our boy Sincere got injured early on in the game. I didn't even notice that until later when I seen Alexander Madison playing. I was like, wait, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I seen that too. It was definitely. I mean, even on the field goals, man. On the field goals, they were just getting through. They've never, and the special teams used to kill it for us. Our special team was like our number one strength, right? And I have a feeling like, what's his name, missed a couple kicks. Every time they came in, one was blocked. Like, when have you ever heard, we got blocked on a field goal? It's been a minute.
It's rare though.
It's kind of like all of a sudden one game it just went south. Like, it's been going south, but I mean the Atlanta Falcons.
Shit, it's been going south for 10 straight games. So like the Raiders, of course we know 10 straight losses is not what we all expected. I thought we could have done better, at least better than what we're doing right now. So how do you feel about the state of the Raiders right now in this situation? 2-12.
What is there to feel?
I guess compared to like how you thought in the beginning of the season when we had some hope, like how do you feel about this team right now?
I mean, like you said in your YouTube video, man, we're the same team as last year. A couple things has changed, right? A couple key spots have changed. That's about it. But we're the same team. Like, we're literally the same exact team with a few players here and there gone and added, right? It's not like we changed whole roster. It's the same team, and it's like you look at it and you've seen from last year to this year, you're like, we're the same, but we're different, So
Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest with you. Everyone thought it was the coaching staff, so they revamped that, right? Everything was there was a couple players they were saying that talked bad or whatever, that was gone, right? So at the end of the day, I don't even know what it is that's causing this, to be honest with you. And the only thing that I can think of, and a lot of people are going to hate this, but like it has to be, we're tanking. I don't care what AP says and all them say, they're tanking. I think they have to say it on the news, or they have to say it to the media that they're not. But deep down, there's something in there saying like, we're tanking and we're just not letting no one know, because you can't come out and be like, hey, we're just gonna tank this season.
I don't think we're purposely tanking. I think we just suck. Like looking at it, that's how I feel. Okay. But there are certain circumstances where you could look.
You're saying that we're just garbage. Like, we like just not great at playing football.
Yeah.
Okay.
We suck. No, but that's what. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Like, I think we're just bad this year. Okay. Everything's not going our way. But like I said, there are certain circumstances where I feel like you could possibly think it's tanking. Like that whole JPJ thing that happened. What game against the Chiefs? It was when he hiked the ball out of nowhere. I mean, that could be something like, oh, they purposely did it. But then again, it could be all miscommunication as well. So
I don't think that was purposely done. One, he's a rookie, right? Two, it's loud in there, man. A lot of these fans don't know how it is to be on the field, right? It's loud. Like, I talked to a whole bunch of college quarterbacks, and they go to certain stadiums and it's loud. Like, I talked to a quarterback that's well known, and it was last week, well-known quarterback, and he said when he touched the field, he couldn't hear his own players.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? I mean, that rookie center probably thought he heard the count or whatever and snapped it. I don't think it was purposely done on that situation.
Oh, that's true. I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for like places where they possibly purposely tanked, I mean, that could be one situation, whether it's true or not. But I feel like the Raiders this season, things just haven't went our way. But you say that you think that they might be tanking. So do you feel like there's any situation that you've watched, at least this season, to where you felt like they did something to keep us from winning?
10 games.
But what, like example though?
Example, everything. Everything has been, like you said, it's not going our way. I just think they're not giving their 110%. These players are not giving their 100. There might be one or two or three that are doing the 110%, but a lot of these players are not, and it's because I think it's because something was said in that back locker room where, hey, we're tanking. It just has to be, bro. Unless we're, like you said, we just really fucking suck, and that's just how it is.
I think so. I think we just suck.
I just think, to be honest with you, next game against the Jags is going to be crazy because we're both garbage, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we both have to tank to get what we want. So what kind of game is that going to be? I mean, look, let's bring this up real quick since we're talking about it. I went to the game last night. 1, tailgate was nobody. 2, I went into the stadium. There were so many empty seats. I literally moved seats and went and sat down in like the 3rd row because there's so many seats open. You know, so it's like, 1, no one wants to go to the game.
Yeah.
No one wants to support the game. 2, the Atlanta Falcons ain't even really doing the business, and we're not doing the business. So at the end of the day,
they're still fighting for a playoff spot, though.
they are. But at the end of the day, like, how many Atlanta Falcon fans are here in Vegas, right?
They traveled, though.
They travel deep. I'm not gonna lie. I give it to the Falcons.
Not as much as like other teams that we've seen, but there was a good amount of Falcon fans that I've seen over there.
65,000 people in that stands. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
They could say they had 65,000, which they're saying they did.
Who said that?
It's on the Twitter.
For us?
Yeah, but they did not have 65,000 people. I'm telling you that right now. You were there. Every seat was open almost.
Well,
I went
maybe.
I went down to the black hole, and normally security doesn't let you down there unless you have a ticket. I walked right past them. They weren't even caring because there's so many empty seats.
Yeah. I guess I see where you're coming from, and I don't blame a lot of Raider fans for not coming because there's really nothing to watch. I mean, I guess we're the idiots that go to the game and still pay to get in just to chill in there. That's what we did. Just go around and chill. You went in there just to spend money on food. But like, you know, because I feel like, especially with the news with Max Crosby being out for the rest of the season, and the Raiders just losing every single game, I don't see a lot of people like trying to come out here and spending their hard-earned money to just go to like the game. And I know there's a lot of events going around, but people's gonna have to come out of pocket just to have a good time out here. And what's the use of doing that when we not gonna win?
I think the only fans that came out that traveled yesterday was Atlanta Falcon. There was a lot of traveling Raider fans. I'll tell you that.
But I feel like right now for the rest of the season, the only Raider fans that will come out, I think, is the ones that usually do come to the game, and also people that want to bring their families. You know, it's the holiday season. You know, I feel like this is the perfect time because I'm possibly thinking about taking my nephew to this next game because the tickets are cheap right now. At least for people to experience Allegiant Stadium for the first time, I think these are the perfect games because tickets have never been this low. I think they're under $100 right now, $60. I see
$2 right now.
I seen it. I was like, damn. But you know, if we weren't tanking and if it wasn't the end of the season, the ticket prices would definitely be different. And also, we're playing other teams that their fan base ain't too big.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Jags coming to town. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of Jaguar fans. I might be wrong, and then it's the holiday season, so we'll see how the next game looks. I feel like we should still be on track to lose, but this is gonna be a big game though for the Raiders and even for the Jaguars because if we lose this game, we stay at number 1. I mean, if we lose the rest of the season, we stay at number 1.
Right.
But what do you call it? I do want the Raiders to win the last game, just to win it against the Chargers. But that's just me though. I want to ask you though, do you want to lose out? Just say fuck it, let's tank it and let's get that number 1 pick, or is there a game that you want to win, or do you just want to go be competitive and win a couple games? Fuck it, whatever happens, happens.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even know what to feel like that because either way, it's whatever. That's the way I'm gonna feel. Either way, whatever we do is just what we do. Is because of the fact is like if we win, we go all the way to 8th spot. If we lose, we keep our 1 spot. If we compete, I mean, I want to see a football game, right? So if we compete, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
right? I want to see a football game. I don't want to get blown out. I mean, we've never really got. If you look back at it, we've technically really never got blown out.
I can't think of the top of my head.
So it's like
there has been a game.
There's not one game of our 10 straight losses that we got blown out where we got murdered. It hasn't, right? So we competed, of course, but we don't have no star players right now. So what is that competing? You know, it's our next one's up coming up, you know? So again, maybe it could be them.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm gonna feel the same way even if we win or we lose, right?
Well, somebody brought a good point to me. I think on my live stream last night. Last year, the reason why we missed out on the quarterback was just winning that game in Denver last year. That last game was the game that kind of put us in a position to getting a quarterback or not. Obviously, we won, and then we dropped down to I think about 13, and that's why. And all the quarterbacks got taken. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, all those guys, and we weren't able to get somebody. So I feel like right now is the perfect time to just keep losing, because I feel like Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward is like the top two quarterbacks that a lot of people want. I was going back and forth with somebody yesterday where I was sitting at us, and he kept telling me, Shedeur Sanders is not that guy, yada yada yada. To each their own. I'm not going to argue, but he brought up the fact that Shedeur Sanders can't run. He's a pocket passer. But I feel like he's the most ready quarterback coming into the draft, at least coming into the NFL. And I feel like Cam Ward just has a higher ceiling right now. Like he can be better than Shedeur, but his floor is really, really low as well. So I wanted to ask you this. How do you feel about the Raiders draft position? Would you want to get Cam, or would you want to get Shedeur?
So my honest opinion, I would take Shedeur, right? Shedeur, right? So I would take him. My honest opinion, I would take Sanders all day, right? The fact is, he fits the Raider profile, right? Now we're going back to, is he good? Yes, he's good. He's a pocket passer. Okay, there's a lot of pocket passers that are good. Ben Roethlisberger was not a runner. Look what he did. There's a lot of QBs that are not runners that you don't need. To be a QB, yeah, you have to run a little bit, but at the end of the day, you can have two QBs. You can have a runner QB that just designated a run. You can put him in every now and then. He has a couple plays. But as a QB, as long as you're accurate and can throw and can nail it on where it needs to go at all times, you don't need to get out that pocket. You just need that O-line to do their job.
Yeah.
Right? If your O-line does not do your job, then you need a running quarterback, right? But at the end of the day, look at Kyler Murray. He's a runner. What does he ran in this season, right? So at the end of the day, it's like you just need that quarterback, and I think Sanders is the right guy for Las Vegas, right? For the hype of the Raiders, for the recharge of the Raiders, I guess you could call it. Because there's a lot of quarterbacks you can get. I like the dude. Get Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. I like him. I've liked him from when he played at UCF. He was great, right? The only thing that I like is he could be a contender for us. Nobody's looking at him like that. Dylan Gabriel is a great quarterback, man. And look what he did with Oregon. Look what he's doing this year with Oregon. He's on his 6th year of college.
I think that's the biggest knock on him, is the fact that he's been in college for so long. But
true. That's true. And if you go back to him, I've followed him since he was at Oklahoma. He didn't do shit at Oklahoma, right? But he left, changed teams, changed everything, playbooks, all that. He did great. Now his last year he went to Oregon. Look what he's doing in Oregon. Like, right? So a lot of people are not looking at him, like you said, but at the end of the day, he could be a contender if we don't get Sanders on board, right? Because you got to see where we go. We got to land in the draft. But again, my honest take is Sanders is that Raiders recharge.
So I want to take a moment right now and give a huge shout out to one of the sponsors of this episode, Bula Pies Fiji. They've got some of the best meat pies in the world, and my Fitz can attest to that.
Yep, I ate it for like 3 months straight.
Discover the taste of Fiji in every single bite. And I'm not talking about the artist.
Oh,
They've also got an app now that you can download in the App Store, Bula Pies Fiji. If you guys are looking for that meat, go and download the app today and let them know that the Uso sent you guys. Also, if you guys are on social media, don't forget to follow them at bula.pies.fiji. I feel like getting one of these quarterbacks, especially Shedeur, he's a flashy name out there, but he also is a quarterback that could get the job done if in the right system and with the right pieces around him. And I feel like the Raiders can do that this season, especially this offseason. So it's going to be kind of hard to kind of like convince Raider fans to skip out on the quarterback in the first round. Because, I mean, we could get a quarterback in the second round, maybe third round if we wanted to. But I feel like with how bad we've been doing this year, I think the only hope that a lot of people have or put together is at least trying to tank and getting a top pick. Because at least we could get a franchise guy with that number 1 pick, number 2 pick, or 3 pick, wherever we land. So I think that's why the Raiders should go and get Shedeur Sanders. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if it's Cam Ward either. But I also want to ask you this. What do you think about, because I've seen this around a lot, what do you think about not getting a quarterback and getting the best player available, say a Travis Hunter in the first round?
So my honest opinion, I would go with the quarterback, right? The whole Raider Nation wants a quarterback. The organization itself needs a quarterback, right? When's the last time we drafted a quarterback first round?
Jamarcus.
Right? So that was our last one. What year was that? Like
07 or something.
Yeah, 07, 08, I think. So why not try it? We've drafted everyone from running backs to wide receivers to O-line to D-line first draft pick, right? So we haven't done it since 2007, 2008. Why not? The organization needs it, right?
Yeah, but what that's why I want to ask you, what's your thought on possibly getting a generational talent and like Travis Hunter instead of getting a quarterback? I mean, the last time somebody like that, a 2-way player, was drafted was in 98 with Charles Wilson.
Here we go.
But I know, so I wanted to ask you about Travis Hunter. Would you be open to that, or do you feel like we wouldn't need that?
I just watched Max Crosby on The Rush, right, on his podcast,
Mhm.
and he said it perfect. I said it. Max Crosby said it perfect on his podcast.
What'd he say?
He said, Travis Hunter is a great player. He's the truth, but there's no 2-way player in the NFL. Like he said, you know how hard it is to play 120 snaps?
Oh, he's not going to play both.
Exactly. So Max Crosby said, if you do, and I agree with it, if we do pick a Travis Hunter, he will have to either be a wide receiver or a DB. If you put him in as a wide receiver, you can throw him in as a nickel every now and then on big plays, right? But again, do we need a wide receiver like that? Like right now with no quarterback? That's my question.
Yeah.
What's a wide receiver without a quarterback? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, the thing that we've never done for a while is got that quarterback we needed, then built around it, right? We always built around nothing and then hired the quarterback, right? It works. You know, we had a lot of fast receivers that were wide open. We had a lot of people that were good. We have a tight end that's great. You know, we have 2 wide receivers that are decent and good. You know, so like my thing is saying is get a quarterback, build around them. Now, quarterbacks can make wide receivers look really great. You can make any wide receiver look great if you're nailing it where it needs to be and accuracy and put it on where it needs to go. So like I said, what's a wide receiver without a quarterback? So why not get a quarterback?
If you were a GM, what do you think he plays in the NFL? What would you put him at?
Travis Hunter, wide receiver.
Wide receiver over cornerback?
Mm-hmm. I'd put him a wide receiver.
Okay.
I'd put him if Travis Hunter came to my team and I had a team, I would put him as a wide receiver just because of his speed and his skills. I'm a defensive guy. I like defense better, but at the end of the day, Travis Hunter balls out on wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I would love Travis Hunter as well too, but I do feel like quarterback is a big need for the Raiders, and if we do have a top pick, then I think quarterback is the only answer to go. Now, one thing I feel like the Raiders should do is probably double dip at that position, especially because we have 12 picks in the draft. I wouldn't mind going out and getting another quarterback later in the draft as well. Kind of do like what the Washington Redskins did a couple of years ago, even what the Patriots did last year. You know, go get 2 quarterbacks, one early on, and get somebody later on, and you never know what you got in that other quarterback. One big thing that a lot of people has been talking about, other than tanking for Shedeur or whatnot, is our head coach, Antonio Pierce. There's a lot of questions on him. I know that Mark Davis has came out and said that, you know, well, he hasn't came out and said, but the reports are saying that they're going to evaluate AP at the end of the season, see what they do. And I know he's been disappointed. This year has not gone as planned. I'm one guy that feels like I would give him another chance, because at least see what he can do with the quarterback that he chooses and stuff like that. Now, he's not perfect, and I've criticized him a lot, but, you know, I still feel like he should go another offseason to see what he can do with the quarterback and trying to build more pieces around the offense. So with that said, though, do you feel like Antonio Pierce is on the hot seat, and should the Raiders fire him after the season?
I don't know how to answer this.
Okay, well, do you feel like Antonio Pierce is on the hot seat?
I don't know how to answer this again. It's get a lot of backlash either way you go, right? Now my honest opinion, he shouldn't be head coach. My opinion, he should be a coach, or he should be a coach on the team, 100%. Don't let him go. AP's a great guy. He's a player coach.
They ain't gonna keep him on the team if they let him.
I understand that, but I'm saying like it's a hard situation to talk about, right? I talked about it earlier where AP shouldn't be the head coach, and I talked about it in the beginning where he's a great guy and he should be the head coach. So I was on the fence, both sides, right? Seeing what happened, again, there's a lot of inside stuff us as fans don't know what's going on, right? We don't know what's going on behind the business doors, right? It might not even be AP. I mean, how many times can you say the head coach is wrong for everything? Why not the players? Our O-line sucks. You know, our defense was giving up plays. Like there was guys open all the time. So at the end of the day, the coach can only say and do so much, right? So, but then again, is he leading the pack or is he their friends, right? Because as a coach, you could be their friends, but you got to be the boss.
Yeah.
Right? So does he make boss decisions in that locker room or behind closed doors? Or is he like, yo, what's up, man? We friends. This is what you should do, instead of saying this is what you need to fucking do or you're gone, right? So I'm on the fence. I would say coming into this next season, I wouldn't keep him. I would bring in someone more, I don't know how to say this.
More expertise,
right? I'd bring in somebody more expertise for sure. That's my opinion.
Okay, so you feel like you should be fired then?
No, say it like that.
No. I'm saying, okay, you feel like the Raiders should move on and find somebody then.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
AP.
You don't think he deserves another chance?
AP is a great guy. He's a player's coach. Nothing wrong with the guy. He's an amazing person, but I think we need more expertise.
Okay, so he's not a great coach then, because if he was, you would have kept him.
He's not a great head coach.
Okay, he's a great motivator of men.
Yes, AP is that guy that can tell you to do something, and you're gonna do it because of how he says it, how his demeanor is, how his vibe is. He's your friend. He's a player's coach. That's what players coach.
Do you think that AP was set up to fail though?
What do you mean?
Was he set up to fail?
Of course.
They didn't give him the quarterback. Well, but I just want to ask you because I know how I feel about this. But like, do you feel like they set him up because they didn't get a quarterback and they didn't get pieces around him that we needed?
Of course. I mean, of course. Any if you hire a coach and don't hire players, that's just failure. The coach can only do so much, right? At the end of the day, I'm giving you this whole team to do something with, and you don't have no say so in it. Or you do have a say-so, but, well, maybe we're going to go with your say-so, not, or maybe not, right? So, of course, AP was set up for failure. He was put into a job that had no potential because they didn't get anybody or let him get anybody. Or maybe they did let him get someone and he just picked the wrong guys. I don't know. Because I don't know anybody that goes out and picks Minshew and I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, Desmond Ridder?
Yeah, Desmond. So, I like I said, I've never seen a quarterback or a coach or anybody go get those two quarterbacks and make them starters. I've never seen that.
So if not AP, if we do move on from AP, is there anybody on your mind that you would bring in?
No, I don't. I haven't done my research on that yet, so I can't speak on that.
Okay, I know that Mike Vrabel's name's been thrown around a lot. Ben Johnson, too. But I mean, like I said, I could agree to disagree because I feel like they should give him another year. As much as I criticize him and stuff like that, because I feel like we should give coaches at least 2 to 3 years to see what they can do.
Of course.
And then we'll see, like, we would have to get a quarterback, get some pieces around him, and then from there on, see how the next season looks. If they look like they're progressing, then for sure keep them around. If they still look bad, then, of course, we know that he's not that guy. But, you know, we're just fans, and yeah. There's gonna be fans on both sides of the ball, so you know everybody's gonna feel some type of way about it. And
at the end of the day, man, our opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, we just want to win. It don't matter who's there, but if we're not winning, then hey, we're all gonna complain.
All I'm saying is, a lot of people are gonna hate me and disagree with me, but I think Tom Brady. I'm glad they're gonna give. Well, they say Davis says he's gonna give Tom Brady that position for the quarterback, right? To be in charge or have a say-so in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it from Davis before. He always says it, though, so I don't know. He always says, I'm going to give him a blah, 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 and it never goes through, right? At the end of the day, it's Davis's team, right? So I think if they do give Tom Brady that role, I think we'll be great. Sanders is Tom Brady's friend, right? Let's go back to it. Tom Brady wasn't a runner.
But the game has changed, though. That's
I
why.
understand that, but at the end of the day,
Because is there any pocket passers right now excelling that can't run? The only one that can't.
any quarterback can run, but at the end of the day, can they make it happen in their run, right? So there probably isn't. The Raiders are like pimps, man. They make you happy and then put you down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to say, man. It sucks. But I'm always going to be a Raider fan no matter what. So it's fine. I mean,
yeah. Hey, it's been tough, though. But, man, I know this week has been crazy. And I know we got next week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We got 3 more games at the end of the year. I think we're just all waiting till the offseason so to get it over with. It's been a tough season, but we still here. We're still going to be coming back at least doing weekly podcasts and stuff like that and trying to talk Raiders. It's been pretty tough. Even going to the events and stuff like that, we had a lot of hopes of having a fun year, and it started off pretty fun and then slowly started getting sad after every single loss. Shit, I think after the Steelers game is when it was like, all right, this ain't a good team. But with that said, that's kind of all I got today. I know it's been a while since we've been on, but shout out to those Mikey for coming on, showing up, sharing his vision with us and how he feels about this team. But let the people know where they can find you and stuff like that.
Man, you can find me everywhere. Mikey's_vision. I'm everywhere, man. I'm around the whole city.
Yes, sir. And of course, you can find me at Simone Raider on all platforms. Until the next one, we are.
Yeah.